sending kissy faces, sending bread into my phone. Bitch, my name Tilly, nigga. No, I'm not different.
Hold on, my bad. That vegan teacher needs to be deplatformed. Now, I don't really know who this is. I do, but I remember her from like years ago. But for some reason, she just came back in my head. So I just found some shit, and here we go. I can't put a preview of what we are watching today, but because YouTube will delete this video. So just imagine a person saying the worst thing you can think of. Well, I'm sorry, Zaire, but I fucked your best friend. His dick was way better than you. It was longer. It tasted better. And you could never fuck me like how he did. He made me cry and everything. Like it was amazing. And I want you to watch us fuck too. Like I still want you to be with me. Like that's probably the worst thing somebody can say to me.
Well guys, today is not going to be a good one. There have been a few moments where I've had to make a video like this, and it's always disheartening to learn that a person that I thought was just making goofy videos is actually a true crazy person. It's never a good day. Every now and then, a person who we've covered multiple times on this channel will do something that shows their true nature. And once that true nature is shown, it's really hard to take it back. And once you've seen it, it sort of forces you to rethink all of the other things you've seen that person say or do in the past. Unfortunately for us, we have seen that vegan teacher say and do a lot of things.
I don't know her backstory
today. Earlier today, I came across a video from that vegan teacher titled something like, "I don't want to be that vegan teacher anymore." I clicked on it because the title caught my interest, and what I saw was a relatively heartfelt video. It was a very calm, normal video by that vegan teacher's standards, and it was her just kind of talking about how she doesn't want to be seen as that crazy old lady anymore, and how she would like to live sort of a normal life. I was like, you know what? People deserve a second chance. Maybe that's something she should work towards, and maybe that's something the people of the internet should allow. So I went to her channel to see if she was actually trying to make a difference in the way she portrays herself on the internet. And I clicked on one of her recent videos titled "Psychotic Aunt Robs Baby of Her Vegan Virginity," which is already an awful title, and we've dealt with this term in reference to children with that vegan teacher before, but I watched through it and I was like, okay, it doesn't really seem like she's actually trying to make a difference. And I was about to click off of it when I heard that vegan teacher say one of the worst things that I've ever heard a person say. And I'm not joking, okay? I'm really not exaggerating here. One of the worst things I have ever heard come out of a person's mouth. It's something that genuinely warrants the deplatforming of this woman, and it's making me seriously consider not talking about this woman after this video in order to not give her any more exposure. It really is that bad, and you're about to hear it for yourself. Let's begin.
Let me hear.
Imagine that this is your baby, and you ask your sister to babysit for a little while because you have to run some errands. Imagine that you tell your sister that you are vegan and you don't want your baby to eat any animal products. You trust your sister because you think your sister loves you and respects you.
Can't trust nobody.
But when you're not looking, your sister takes the dead body part of an innocent animal who didn't want to die and feeds it to your child.
Okay, so this is the situation we're dealing with, and I feel like anybody with a few brain cells knows that this video is obviously a joke. Like, this is just a video of a baby eating a rib and somebody put a stupid caption over it. Like, you've got to know that, and I feel like that vegan teacher knows that, which I think maybe even makes this video worse. I don't know. I don't really know the rules with something like this. But yeah, you shouldn't feed people's babies ribs if they don't want their babies eating ribs. I think we can all agree on that, but that's not really gonna be all that important in about a minute or so.
Then she makes a video and she posts it for everyone to see. But the feedback she gets isn't of people scolding her for being cruel and betraying her sister's trust. The feedback she gets is praise. This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in, where a vegan mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions and not betray her. Millions of people have seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat.
Which I think we can safely say is sort of the normal reaction, right? Ha, it's a baby eating a rib. That's funny. He likes the rib. That's cute. That's funny. That's what a normal person thinks, right? But what would a deranged person think? What would a person that used to be a children's teacher think about this situation? That's what I want to know. Well, it looks like we're about to find out.
But look closely. This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices. The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction.
Okay.
If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction.
What the fuck? Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Whoa, 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 what? 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 Who it, what? Oh, hell no. Who's doing this? Who's doing this? Is this the vegan teacher doing this?
Child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction. Let that sink in for a minute.
Nigga, no!
Ponder
You're a weirdo!
that. Picture that. Feel.
Did she just tell me to fucking picture? I'm not even finna say that. Did she just tell me to picture that? I'm so confused. Why would she say this? Whoever's speaking in my ear right now needs to be in jail. Thrown in that bitch. Never coming out. Cause why do you picture that? Only a fucking delusional weirdo would say some shit like this. And somebody that like indulges in that type of bullshit would say some shit like that. This is disturbing.
Feel that in your gut. Let that imagery wash all over your body. And before you can scream and yell and say that there is a big difference between the two, I invite you right now to try to articulate that.
Nigga, is she trying to invite me to a Diddy party? No, what is wrong with this bitch? I already screamed, I already yelled, I already thought about it. Well, I didn't think, I kind of did think about it already. Bro, she telling me to image that. Like, what is wrong with this bitch? No, this has to be the worst thing ever. Like, he wasn't over-exaggerating. This has to be the worst thing somebody has ever said. Ever. Ever.
Because, in fact, there is no difference.
Yeah. No, you actually did just hear a woman say that. A person who used to be around children professionally just said that string of thoughts. And it's one of those things that I don't really know how to approach here. A grown woman just confidently said that a word I'm not going to say,
niggas can't even say
baby has no discernible difference from feeding that baby a rib. A 60-year-old woman looks at a baby, and that's what she thinks of. That's what pops into her mind. Arguably, the worst possible thing that can happen to a human is what she starts to imagine happening to a baby. And then to say that it's no different than feeding a baby a piece of meat. This woman has genuinely fucking gone insane. To think that I was going to be like, you know what, maybe we should be a little bit nicer to this lady. No, you belong in a fucking prison cell, woman. These are the words of somebody who should not be around children. I mean, there's only so many explanations for having a thought process like this, and they're all indicative of a person who should not be alone with children. For a person to say that it's impossible to articulate the difference between these two things, that's a lunatic. One is feeding a baby something the mother does not want it to have. Similar to like having a Coke or something at your friend's house when your parents don't let you drink soda. Or you let your niece or nephew eat a piece of candy and you say don't tell your mom. One is a tiny human deciding that they don't necessarily want to have the same diet as their parents. You shouldn't force force your child to be vegetarian if they don't want to be, just like you shouldn't force them not to be a vegetarian if they want to be.
I was not expecting that. I'm not gonna lie. That was like the last thing I was expecting her to say. That was the last thing. That is crazy, dude. Oh, hell no.
Now look, should you be giving a child food that their parents don't want them to eat? No. I do think that once a kid is old enough to say, I want to try this, if you are a parent saying, no, you can't have that, that's shitty, but it's your kid. But all of that is completely irrelevant because what it's being compared to is one of the most heinous crimes a human being can commit to the most vulnerable, helpless, and defenseless kind of human that there is.
Nigga, no. She should be in jail for that. Just for saying that. You can't like, see, sometimes free speech is a crazy thing, bro. Cause that's beyond free speech, bro. That's beyond it. That's beyond it. You should be in jail for saying that. Some things you shouldn't be able to say on the internet at all. She should be in jail for this.
To not only have that image pop up in your head, for that to be your first reaction to seeing a completely innocent video that is clearly a joke is insane enough. To then think I need to make a video telling everybody to think about this and imagine it is even crazier, and then to round that thought off by saying there's no difference between these two things I'm talking about, that's a line you can't cross. In my opinion, this warrants that vegan teacher being deplatformed. YouTube should not be allowing this kind of shit to be said on their website. It's inexcusable. I genuinely do not think that I have heard anything comparable to this on YouTube ever.
Nigga, the law shouldn't be allowing this shit to be said. The law, nigga. Fuck YouTube. The law. This is beyond anything, bruh. What the fuck? Who is letting this woman walk the earth right now, bro? This is crazy.
Play what is universally agreed to basically be the worst thing a human being can do as being no more reprehensible than feeding a baby a barbecue rib. That's criminal shit. That's a scary little peek into the mind. Even if a person decided to say something like this as a joke, to be comfortable joking about subject matter such as that's already a huge clue as to the kind of person that person is. To say it in a way where you sound very serious about it, that's pretty concerning. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just some sort of crazy kind of rage bait campaign this lady's on, or if this is genuinely how she feels. But either way, I think it is time for YouTube and really any other platform housing this woman to say goodbye. Allowing something like this to continue on your website might just be the worst look you could possibly have. Well, guys, what do you think? I know this woman has said and done some pretty deplorable shit in the past, but this is an entirely new level of depravity. I mean, this is like predatorial behavior. To try and be justifying something like this, to be making these comparisons, abnormal is not a word that adequately describes this kind of behavior. This is some sick shit. If you enjoyed this video, please.
That is sick. I almost threw up. That is sick. I was not expecting that. That was not what I'm sick right now. I'm sick. It made me more sick than I actually am. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy, dude. Oh my gosh.